Tonight, we're going to talk about Jeffrey Dahmer, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. A frantic 911 call is placed from Nicole Childress and Sandra Smith, telling the police that there is a naked young Asian boy staggering in the streets. The police respond, and when they arrive at the apartments, they discover the paramedics are already there, placing a blanket upon the boy. They also discover a heated exchange happening between the two young black girls who made the phone call and a white male. The boy is identified as Conrad Symptom's phone. The white male identifies himself as Jeffrey Dahmer. He calmly explains to the police that the boy is actually 19 years old and that they are lovers. Despite strong objections from the two girls, the police believe Mr. Dahmer and unbelievably help him carry Symptom's phone back to his apartment. The police do not bother to investigate the foul smell emanating from the bedroom. Had they done so, they would have discovered the rotting corpse of Tony Hughes, Mr. Dahmer's last victim, murdered just 72 hours before. They leave the apartment, and 5 minutes after, Symptom's phone is strangled and dismembered by Jeffrey Dahmer. But this will be Dahmer's final stroke of good luck. 2 months later, Jeffrey Dahmer's intended next victim, Tracy Edwards, escapes also, and with a handcuff still dangling from his wrist, he flags down a squad car. Together, they all return to Jeffrey Dahmer's apartment. At first, he attempts to be cordial, but the police spot photos of bodies and body parts, and they arrest Jeffrey Dahmer on the spot. Once safely in custody, Jeffrey Dahmer's apartment was finally thoroughly searched. The police discovered severed heads, severed penises, and body parts in the refrigerator. They also discovered a large blue barrel with acid to easily dissolve his victims' bodies. Jeffrey Dahmer was a murderer, a molester, a cannibal, and he was studying the ancient Haitian technique of creating zombies, essentially making a lover who could never leave him. The apartment building where Jeffrey Dahmer once lived was demolished. Jeffrey Dahmer was convicted in 1992 and sent to the Columbia Correctional Institute. 2 years later, Jeffrey Dahmer was beaten to death with an iron rod by fellow inmate Christopher Scarver. In terms of sheer depravity, Jeffrey Dahmer was among one of the worst serial killers, but he was not the first, and he will not be the last.